This is Scott, and he's from Pulse PEMF. Yeah. Does everyone here know each other? Other than, okay, Dr. North, Shiftwave, Art, Dr. Alexander. My name's Deb. This is Liz. And him. Yeah. Okay.
I'm part of the Institute. Wellness.
Gina, is Steve going to be joining or? Okay. No, Steve's not joining us? Steve is not joining? Okay. All right. Cool.
How long would you like our introductions to be? 30 seconds? 60 seconds?
I say a minute, you know? Yeah. And then we have plenty of time.
Yeah.
And the other aspect of this is from plenty of time, our goal is to then look at the video that we're capturing and take that and be able to reutilize it. So
13 seconds.
And we are live. Okay. So let us know if you can hear us. That's a good start. My name's Deborah Doolin. I'm here with a wonderful group of people on Super Bowl Sunday. So go Super Bowl, and we'll find out who everybody's rooting for in a few minutes. But we want to take a little moment to just kind of introduce why we're here. We're here with Wellness4Life, and that is a group of individuals that is combining the mission that Art and Liz Still have put together, Art for Life, which is around Still for Life, Still for Life, to basically raise awareness around HATTR, which is a genetic form of amyloidosis. We're also combining the Wellness Institute, and we're here with Kim McGlower, the CEO of the Wellness Institute, to kind of bring those two opportunities together. I've got some slides here that keeps me on path, and we've got people in the background. The slide that we have up now is just thanking our sponsor, LifeWave, to thank them for bringing us all together. And I'm asking my people behind the scenes, Brandon, can you just give me a nod that we're on the same slide? Woohoo! All right, we've got that going on. So we're synced. We also have, I've kind of gone around the room sort of introducing a few people, but I'd like to take a second and just have everybody that's here in the roundtable introduce themselves and give us a chance to, say for ourselves who's in the room, introduce ourselves, who we're with, and then additionally, what interests us about this discussion, and then as well, who you think is going to win the Super Bowl or who you want to win the Super Bowl and why. So I'm going to start with ladies first, Kim, and we'll skip me and then I'll come back to myself. So Kim.
Hi, my name is Kim McGlower, and I am the CEO of the Wellness Institute. I'm a biologist and an epidemiologist trained at Columbia University. And my interest is, the Institute's interest is optimal wellness, optimal health. And we have our own way of thinking about this. More importantly, that it's not just about medical studies and other sort, that we want to look at how do we support individuals? How do we support causes in terms of a disease that may not be well known and promoted? How do we support technologies that are not at the forefront or may not be well known yet, and help those companies actually do the work that they need to, and to partner with universities, with schools, with programs that can actually make a difference in the lives of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, Kim. So, Super Bowl. You didn't get off that question. Oh, no. This is part of the fun. You're wearing Seahawk colors, kind of. Eagles, yeah. They're not contenders, unfortunately.
I'll go with Seahawk.
All right. And why?
Oh, no.
It's a green.
Excuse me?
Green.
Green.
Coordination. All right, going just around the
I
room.
thought, ladies first.
I moved you. We started with ladies. Well, I can see. I was just going around the room at that point. Dr. Michael North. You know the drill.
Yeah, Dr. Mike North. I'm the CEO and co-founder of ShiftWave. I actually used to host TV shows here in the Bay Area. And on the shows, we would invent things early in the future and really forward-looking. On the show, the things that really mattered most to me were the ones that helped people. And so now this kind of reboot of my career is both solving the problem of, having been a TV host and burning out and knowing what that's like. And so how can I help regenerate myself, bring myself back into regulation, but then focus all of our design and engineering expertise on solving that problem. And so we've developed a platform, and we'll talk about it later. It just helps restore people's foundational wellness and bring them back into regulation.
Yeah.
It's with the Super Bowl. I certainly want one team to win. And I'm a little biased. Sometimes teams use ShiftWave, and then I really want them to win. So maybe I'll just put that aside because we don't really like to share who has them. But I will say I'm from the West Coast, and I have a lot of family in Seattle, so definitely rooting for the Seahawks.
Right on, yeah. My name's Deborah Doolin, and I've been in the healthcare community for some time, and I work with the Wellness Institute. And like Kim said, the mission of the Wellness Institute is where my values lie. I believe that people from wherever our walk of life is, that we should have access to personalized and individualized care. And working in the healthcare community and the work that I've done over the years, starting with proteomics and genomics and, going into orthopedics and, all sorts of clinical work and then neuro, I've really come to the understanding that it's not a one-size-fits-all health answer. It just isn't. One person uses one particular therapy, and that works great for them, and it just doesn't work for the other person. Or a combination of therapies, multimodal care, and stacking of maybe something that's what we consider to be allopathic medicine, something that may be holistic medicine, something that may be what we're talking about today, wellness therapies, and all of those together provide a solution. But we don't get there unless we're educating, unless we're connecting with people, helping them understand, then forming access. And that's what matters most to me about this conversation. And what I love about these types of conversations is meeting great people. We've had a lot of opportunity to just spend time together and be in fellowship, and that is wonderful. So I might get a little teary when I think about that. I'm an emotional girl. With that being said, who do I want to win the Super Bowl? Well, I lived in both New Hampshire. So the Patriots are, they've been a part of my love. I also lived in Seattle. So the Seahawks have been there in my world. But I like change, and the Patriots won quite a few Super Bowls. So I'm for this change. I'd like to see some Seahawks. Liz.
Oh, take it away. Hello. My name is Liz Still, and I don't have quite the credentials all these guys do, but I am a professional wife of 42 years to Art, and with 11 kids. Yeah, that alone is enough. We have 11 kids and 26, almost 28 grandkids. And Art was diagnosed in 2023 with amyloidosis. And so I'm here to be his biggest supporter. And we began Still for Life last April, with the whole mission of getting awareness out there, because we're just one family.
I'm Kevin Alexander. I'm a cardiologist at Stanford and a member of our amyloidosis center. I think, for me, I got into amyloidosis or interested in studying it probably about 10 to 15 years ago when I was training on the East Coast at Hopkins and Brigham and Women's in Boston, and really coming across a lot of patients who had ATTR amyloidosis, the hereditary form, and we diagnosed them late And at the time, there weren't any treatments that were effective at slowing down the progression. And so kind of thinking about something I wanted to build a career around, I saw a lot of unmet need around this particular disease and a lot of opportunity from the things that are starting to come out in clinical trials. And, I think the last 5 years or so, there's been a lot of advances and a lot of things that we can do for patients. We need to make sure that we can match that by diagnosing them early so they can get these treatments. And so, I think that takes a village, and it takes a lot of different stakeholders thinking together and thinking about it from different angles to make sure that we can diagnose as many people as possible. Because right now, I would say that for every person we diagnose, there's probably 3 or 4 that aren't diagnosed and don't have access to these treatments.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to the discussion today. And in terms of the Super Bowl, I would say, I don't have too strong allegiances to either, but I did live in Boston for some time. And my oldest daughter was born on Super Bowl Sunday when the Pats were playing the Falcons. And they came back 28-3 and won that Super Bowl.
Nice.
So we were in the hospital watching that game. So I have fun kind of nostalgia from that. So I'll go with the Patriots.
Nice. I like that. I still have love for the Patriots. All right. So thank you for that. And Art?
Thank you guys for inviting us out. No, my name's Art Still. Just a little background. Oh, you didn't know that? I'm hearing voices again. I'm originally from Camden, New Jersey. When I found out I had this ATTR and started going through the symptoms, one of the symptoms was peripheral neuropathy.
Mm-hmm.
Now I even knew I had it. I don't have that.
Tingly fingers, right? Tingly toes.
And so the thing is, that's what I'm saying as far as conveying the message and all. If it's real simple, when you're going, it makes it so much easier.
Agreed.
And contrast between me and Liz. Liz is more into the science.
Mm-hmm.
I got that football mind. Just tell me what I need to do. She want to know the science.
And that's what we're going to do, exactly that. And, I think the critical part here is, and that's why we bring everybody into this dialogue, is that, and introduce everybody here in this round table or round couch with a square table. But exactly that, what you said, Art, is that this is about bringing knowledge to individuals, bringing awareness to communities, whether you want to talk about polyneuropathy, or basically nerve degeneration or nerve breakdown, or you want to talk about that and just say, are your feet and toes tingling? Because there are multiple ways that we can define and take those words and make them something that everybody gets. Mm-hmm. And then we can create access to care and access to new technologies, make it understandable. So I'm not going to let you off the hook before we move to Scott, because we're just doing an introduction round, and then we are going to explain amyloidosis in a basic way. And then we're actually going to take it up to a higher level, or then we're going to bring it back down again, and we're going to talk about how it matters to everybody, because this is a conversation which is complex, because we're talking football brain.
Yes.
We're talking mommy brain. We're talking scientist brain. We're talking technology. We're talking cardiology, heart doctors. We're putting this all in together into a single conversation that makes it good for everybody.
Yeah.
And that is what wellness is, because it actually goes way beyond just even medicine. It goes way beyond wellness therapy. It's about community. Yeah. And it's also about laughing. So back to that last question, the Super Bowl.
Is the Bills or the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Now I was going to say, Seattle used to be an AFC, ain't that right? They turned coat. Well, and then, New England and all, we played against all the time. So I'm going to go with the AFC and all. But even though Seattle was, when I started off, Zorn and all them guys, we played against them guys back in the day and all, but I'm going to stick with the AFC.
So what's that, Seahawks?
No,
No, Patriots.
I'm going for the Chiefs. I'm going to Disney.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that, Art. So our last lovely individual that's a part of this conversation, Scott.
So I'm Scott Bader. I'm the CEO of Pulse PEMF. Pulse PEMF is a company that makes a premier pulse electromagnetic field technology. And what's interesting and why I think, I'm so happy to be here is I represent a technology that is over 100 years old in its use. It was actually taught in medical schools years ago and used in hospitals in this country. And it has never gone away. If you look on the PubMed website for the NIH, you'll find thousands of studies that have been done about PEMF, but yet it's not in our lexicon. People are unfamiliar with it. So the opportunity to talk in a group like this about how something like PEMF can be a complement to a condition that affects people in such a profound way is a great opportunity for us to bring a certain amount of education to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm excited about in doing and sharing a little bit more about what PEMF is along the way.
Yeah.
And I'll just go right to the answer of.
I don't have a
So
problem.
I'm a patriot.
All right.
I'm coming out on this.
This is almost like we stabbed people perfectly. 4-3, we win. I covered a lot of ground on these introductions, and I think that this is just the beginning of the dialogue. So I'm really, really happy to have each of you here because, some of you that I've spent a little bit more time with, you're my friends now. And I think that if I haven't spent enough time with you yet, you are going to be my friends, which is what makes this even more fun.